What's going on, everybody? Stone Gaming back, and today we're going to be trying Tarkov. So I've been trying to teach myself Escape from Tarkov, get better at it, and start learning, because I know it is a hell of a skill gap to get good at this game, and the learning curve is just insane. But today we're going to be playing it on some customs. We're going to be doing some scav and PMC runs, and today's video is going to be a little bit different from the usual. When I recorded this video, the audio didn't record over the video itself, so I have no mic audio. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and try to do a commentary style video today. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. And without further ado, guys, let's get into it. So here we are, spawning in on customs. This will be our second warm-up round. We spawn in close to the RUAF roadblock, and we start making our way down to the river. Equipped with only our silenced Mosin. We're going to see what we can do and what we can pick up. Moving down to the river, we're hearing lots of shots ring off. Explosions in the distance, wondering what we're going to get ourselves into today. Wondering if it's going to be some good fights, find some good loot, or just get ourselves into some trouble. We run across the land bridge towards the train close to Railroad Tarkov extract. Realizing that we went the wrong way than where we wanted to go. After coming to this realization, we end up turning around and running north up the tracks. Not realizing the danger we're getting ourselves into. Within seconds, we start taking shots into the chest and down again. Spawning back into customs, we find ourselves armed with the Taz bolt-action shotgun. And might I say, this is not one of my favorite weapons. Start heading to the back of Big Red. We take a second to catch our bearings, do what we need to do, and handle something in IRL. Hearing footsteps off in the distance, we're wondering how close these other players are, whether it's just a player scav, a normal scav, or a PMC. Finally recovering from the pain of our last loss, we start moving forward north along the tracks next to Big Red. Keeping an eye out, we start moving across the front of the lot in front of Big Red, trying to make our way towards the door to the street. So far, no enemies in sight, but we still hear lots of movement and gunshots ringing off in the distance. We make our way across the street, finding ourselves in cover instead of staying in the open of the road. We cross the tracks and start making our way down towards the river, hoping that we can make it across without taking any stray bullets. Sprinting across the loud wooden planks, we hear shots breaking off next to us. Making it across safely, we start working our way up the hill towards the road to see what we can find. Checking our surroundings before moving forward, we see the coast is clear. We sprint across the street trying to stay out of the open and down towards the fields on our way to dorm. Knowing we'll have to play this slow and quietly because dorms is a hot spot and everybody wants to be there for the loot and fights. After looting a body and some crates for some 12-gauge ammo, we decide to lay low and keep an eye out to see if we can find anybody running across the field and catch them off guard. For whatever reason, something compels me to check my ammunition in the rifle itself. Realizing we're low on one bullet, we decide to reload it and get a full mag just in case. After reloading and trying to find the magazine in the dirt, that way we still have an extra mag, I believe we have made a grave mistake. We find our magazine, but that's not the only thing we find. It's at this moment I notice a player running around, and then I see the glare of a red laser looking my direction. I try to sprint out of his point of view, trying to get to safety, but that's not good enough. He hits us in the leg and the chest. While trying to run, he guns us down in cold blood. Getting ready to spawn into our next run, we choose Scav to see how well this will go for us. Not taking in any loot, but just going in with what we spawn with, not knowing how this run will turn out. Spawning in, we realize we spawned in one of the most dangerous spots on the map, dorms. Not knowing how this will turn out for us, whether it'll go good or bad, we decide to take it very slow and take in the surroundings, not knowing if there was enemies lurking about. Heading up the stairs to see if there was anything that wasn't picked over. We see bodies on the floor. We continue to keep moving up to the top floor, only to find bodies littering the ground from the previous firefight that took place before we got here. Searching the body, we find weapons that we could definitely use, rigs and backpacks, all loaded with stuff that we could take. Making our way out to the rooftop, we go to check to see if the containers were unlooted, knowing this is a very dangerous move, but if unlooted, could pay out well. Finding them unlooted, we take our time, taking what we need and what we can carry. Continuing to move down the hallway to dorms, we see even more bodies littering the floor. Beginning to search them, we start to realize the mother lode that we just came across, and how lucky we were to find all these bodies in dorms. Doing what we can to loot what items we found and do some 100 IQ sorting, we start to move items around, trying to load our pockets and our bags, and then find our way to extract. On this body here, we find an RSASS. We quickly dump the MP5 and put that in our inventory, not knowing what this will do here in the future. After lining our pockets and our bags with all the loot we can carry, we start making our way down the stairs to find our way out of dorms. We get outside and find more bodies on the floor, not knowing the bloodshed and the gunfight that went down here prior to us spawning. We start making our way west. Reloading our rifle and taking a second to gander over all the loot we just picked up off of that run. We continue making our way west, trying to make our way through our crossroads extract while we still have the time, knowing there's only 10 minutes left on the clock. Quickly we crossed the road, trying to get down to the river without being spotted, moving through the open road without cover. We quickly make our way across the makeshift bridge, not knowing what we'll find on the other side. On the ground, we come across a lone rig and a vest, not knowing who dropped it or how far away the owner was. We take a second to go prone to rebuild our stamina, and then we continue moving. We make our way across the tracks, moving along the bushes on the wall. Quickly checking our surroundings, we continue moving forward, only to find a player looting here in the middle of the street. Pull out our rifle, and begin taking shots. Once he's down, we proceed to reload and move forward, not knowing what else we're going to find. At this point, we realize we hit the jackpot. Even more loot, more than what we can carry. So decisions were going to have to be made. Moving on to the next body, we realized this man had a sniper on him, the M700. We decided to pick that up and take that instead of the other rifle we just had. Knowing that there's absolutely more loot than what we can carry, we decide to take what we can and move forward. After looting, we continue making our way west down the road towards the Crossroads Extract. We make it to the extract, untouched and unscathed, only hoping we can make it out in time without taking any rounds. We made it, with such a huge haul. Realizing our stash is absolutely loaded, we have to make sacrifices to find room for what we brought back. Getting ready to spawn into our next raid, we find ourselves down the road from the Crossroads extract. Armed with only a pistol and a dream, we start making our way up the road and hoping we can make our way towards dorms to find another payout again. Being very careful of our surroundings and keeping an eye out, we see the coast is clear and we proceed to move up the road east towards the train tracks. Crossing the tracks, we make our way down to the river, trying to keep an eye out for any stragglers or people camping in the bushes. Seeing the coast is clear, we proceed to move forward. Checking the scav spawn to our right, we notice that it's clear, so we stomp our way across the makeshift bridge. Out of the corner of our eye, we see a person moving behind the rock. We continue making our way across the bridge and towards this player hiding. Slowly making our way towards the rock, we continuously check our surroundings to see if he repositioned, only to find him still sitting where we saw him. As we neutralize the threat, we quickly loot over his body, take his weapon, his ammunition, and continue moving forward. Checking our magazine to see how much ammo we had left in it, only to find that we only have 2 rounds. Knowing we only have 20 rounds left in pistol ammo, we'll have to make do with what we can. After upgrading our rig and moving some loot, we proceed to move across the road, down into the forest, heading to dorms. After quickly looting over the small campsite outside of dorms, we decided to make our way up the hill and go prone and see what we could find. After laying down in a bush, not realizing what's about to happen, we realized it was a good idea we got there not a second later. After seeing the team of two pass by, we decided to lay low for a little while, to see either if they move or if they get into a fight. Just as I thought, the fight broke out. We quietly waited until we heard the gunshots go quiet, finding another spot to move quickly and safely again. After waiting about 6 minutes for the gunfire to clear and the area to get quiet, we decided to start making our way back towards dorms, checking our surroundings to make sure there was nobody else near. As we moved towards dorms, we didn't know the looming danger that we were about to walk into, as we were being watched from one of the windows. We proceed to move forward as we hear a grenade land near us. As the explosion rang out, we made a quick run, trying to find more cover. Another explosion rings out. The person hiding inside dorms really wanted us dead. We find a spot to go prone under some tree cover. Hopefully, we can wait them out and bait them out, thinking that we're dead. Hearing explosions ring out inside dorms makes me question whether this man was still alive. After patiently waiting for a few minutes and not hearing any movement after the explosion, we start devising a plan. The plan we came up with was to take the last 2 bullets in the mag from our last fight, shoot them to try to draw out any players that were lurking nearby that would be a threat. We shoot our last 2 rounds in the magazine into the glass, hoping we could draw somebody out, hoping they would take the bait. It was only seconds later we heard footsteps of someone coming in to take a look at the shots. Being only a couple feet near me. Injured and hurt, we used what meds we had to heal up and stop our bleeding. After looting this player, we decided to start making our way east towards the extract, knowing we're low on time. Hearing shots ring out behind us not too far from where we were, we continue sprinting away, as some of those shots sounded like they were coming our direction. Making our way up to the hill, near the substation. We quickly look over the area, making sure there was no threats near. We continue heading down the hill, towards the old scav checkpoint. It's at this point here. We hear the shots coming from our west side again, sounding even closer, as if they were stalking us. We take a second sitting on the hill, looking over the area to see if there's anybody near, but still there's not a person in sight. Knowing time is getting lower and we have to make our way towards the ZB-1011 extract, we continue pushing. Making our way down the staircase towards the extract door, we close the door behind us. Seeing that it is clear, we have an idea. Knowing we're still low on loot and the feeling of greed is high, we decide to camp the extract staircase, waiting for any unsuspecting PMCs to come through. After waiting a couple minutes, going through our inventory, we start to hear footsteps moving closer and the light of a flashlight against the wall. Spraying the first one down, try to get past the cutting buttons, but the second one guns us down, only dying in a puddle of our blood and greed. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know the style of it's going to be a little different from what we usually do due to the commentary style. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more, hit that like and subscribe button down below. And other than that, guys, peace.